When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on another team from the SEC, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Texas A&M about to put it away to start this game. So Texas offense will take the first swing of the game. It felt like a victory for all of college football when these two met for the first time since 2011, a game that we called, and just last year, Texas showed that resilience, went into Kyle Field, and just as they had done in the previous meeting, they walked out of Aggie Land with a W.
Well, Texas ran the football last year. They were dominant up front. Quintravion Wisener had a career day with 186 rushing yards. Remember that great Arch Manning run early in the game for a touchdown as well? They were doing it all sorts of ways. And you know, coming into this one, David, they're going to want to get that ground game established.
And you know Coach Elko, who is a physical, tough, defensive-minded coach, the head coach for Texas A&M. He's talking about that. You guys got bludgeoned up front. You got beat down. They got a couple turnovers in the red area. Otherwise, that game would have been even worse. They scored on defense, not on offense. A&M has a lot to prove in this game from what happened last time they faced each other.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. He's got it on the right. At the 45 on his way. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Guys, the levels of hype and impatience awaiting the arrival of Arch Manning pretty much unsustainable over the last couple of years. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers was pretty doggone good. But Arch is pretty deserving of all of this attention, I'd say, Jesse.
He's very, very talented. That jumps off the film when you watch him. You can see why he was so highly regarded coming out of high school. You can see why Texas fans are so impatient to finally watch what he does this year. Now, it's one thing to do it against Louisiana Monroe. It's one thing to do it against UTSA and Mississippi State. Can he do it against the Georgias? Can he do it against the big boys in the SEC on a consistent basis? We can't wait to find out.
Dropping back, it's Manning. Got his man. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
To the air on first down. Working that left side now. He gets down to the 25 before going out of bounds.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Holds and fires complete to the right. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Longhorns pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll try the run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing the rhythm and the cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
And this defense did exactly what they wanted to do. You force the passing situations. Now what do? Now you can drop back, play pass. And when the quarterback scrambles, now I just rally to the football, I tackle him on the ground, and I force the 4th down.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, Longhorns!
And this offense just made their first statement, the first drive. Fourth down, what are we going to do? We're going to be aggressive. Not only that, they get the touchdown. They're rewarded. What a hot start for this offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Texas A&M's offense will have its first possession of the game. I know Bo Nix has the single-season completion record, but this guy may make a run for it if he has many more games like the last one, David.
It was crazy. I mean, it was interesting to watch, man. Just in a rhythm, not fooled, like just so confident, knew his answers to the test before the questions were even asked. And defensively, that presents a huge challenge. And Jesse, how do you want to attack it? Because something has to change after that last game we saw.
Yeah, I think one of the big keys for him having that kind of day, that kind of accuracy, was his offensive line gave him a lot of time to survey the field and throw darts. So
there he goes! We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they've completely flipped the field.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Texas A&M going up tempo. Touch pass on the run. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Well, the offense just trying to outflank the defense with a little push pass to a speedy wide receiver and see if they can get him on the perimeter, but just too much speed and awareness on the defensive side of the ball. Now sets up 4th down.
4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And I love it. This offense making no bones about it. We're going to be aggressive. We get the ball down in the red zone, 4th and goal, Palmer. Stay aggressive. They run the football, and they get the touchdown.
And that's the shocking thing, David, is that on 4th down, they have supreme confidence in this offensive line to win up front, one-on-one, get some push, and then how about the ball carrier just finding his way into the end zone.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Dropping back, it's Manning. Here comes the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Quickly out to the tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. and now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away to buy time. Still on his feet at the 40. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Backed up now, here's second and long. He'll keep it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. Play of the period, first down here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. Well, that score leaves you with a burning question. Who had that dude? Whoever it was wasn't close.
No, and the receiver was able to run right by him and get to the end zone and camp out and put up his tent and build the fire and fill up the coffee pot and just about everything else in time before the guy decided to even get remotely close to him.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Now the play fake. He's got his man across the middle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
The RPO, fire complete to the left.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Longhorns can really attack on this second and short. From the gun, the ground game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on third and short from the 49. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Right on the money. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Longhorns have this offense rolling. Quick release on the RPO. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play. 15 yards on that one and a first down. The Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Gonna take a shot. Intercepted deep in his own end. Taking it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. Here's the thing. That's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Did Bevo really get his name after altering a brand on his backside put there by Texas A&M students? So many questions to answer since 1894, guys.
And that's what's so cool about this rivalry. When you have the back and forth and who did what, going all the way back to 1894, Reese's first birthday. What an amazing rivalry.
There have been a lot of good players during that stretch, too. Think about Ricky Williams from the Horns, Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M. So many great coaches have patrolled the sidelines in this rivalry for years.
Oh, they really could have used that patch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Opening play of the drive from the 39. The run to the right. He's loose. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you.
Sprinting away. He's got it inside the 10. Mark him out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Aggie.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down. He'll get rid of it. Got his man. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score. But, man, you've dug yourself an early hole, and this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so creates...
Oh, a lot of space. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. To the air, it's Manning. Finds the tight end. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Wants to throw again. It's complete on the right side. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
He's got it. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas!
And you're going to need more of this in the second half. That's the way you punctuate a drive at the end of the first half. To cut this to a 1-possession game, you need more of that physicality in the second half.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he makes the fair catch deep in his own territory, and he might have a question or 2 to answer about that decision. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Quick completion on the out. They pushed it out to the 39 after picking up 5. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the 1st down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throw the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the 1st down.
The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. The Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Reed. Oh, they're after him. The throw. Grab near the marker. It's Craver. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And the Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The sure hands, it's Craver. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Makes the grab. It's Moss. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it. They're short of the first down.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Man, did he pay for it, but that hit as he got rid of the ball. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Last time they had it, just an aerial assault. Precision execution, moves right down the field and put it in the end zone. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go in football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. To the air, it's Manning. They're working that left side. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Longhorns have their offense in high gear. They'll move the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
It's now second down.
And the Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. In the backfield, it's Moore. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They just keep firing. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Grab behind the line. It's Wingo.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Looking downfield, it's Manning. A shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Well, the defense is going to have to find an answer for this tight end down in the end zone. You cannot allow that guy that much space.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. The run to the left. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And as a defensive player, you see so much option nowadays and so many different variants of it. And you got to play very disciplined, sound football. And you can tell he knew he was responsible for the quarterback. He goes and gets him, sits him on the ground, creates a tackle for a loss.
Caught near the sticks. It's Concepcion. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. To the air on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Moss. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Aggies can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver comes in motion. The option look. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So
wide open spaces. Oh, he's getting ahead of touchdown Aggies. And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
he is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Still on his feet at the 45. Open field on the run. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Looking for the tie with the extra point. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead. Way ahead.
I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Find some fresh air. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Making side adjustments here. Quarterback keeper. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. Looks as if Texas A&M will have enough for the 1st down.
4th and inches anywhere on this field. I don't care if it's in the red zone, on your own goal line. If you have their offensive line, I'm going for it, and you just saw it right there. Get it done.
Fighting off the defender. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, you got to love what you're seeing from this offense here on this drive so far, because 5 straight runs. They ran on 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th down, and they just did it again. So right now, they're trying to be the more physical side.
Grab near the sticks. It's Bussey. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn up.
Oh, he found a space on the right. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Here we go. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. They'll throw it from the red zone. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, that's not necessarily a throw that's going to show up on the stat sheet, but I love the decision. We're in the second half. We've got a tie game. You cannot turn the football over. And if nothing's open downfield, just do the smart thing and throw the ball away. I love that decision by the QB.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Runs for the tackle. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights, it's good. And they go back on top.
Big-time kick right there, man. Fourth quarter, clutch time. You needed to come through to take the lead, and now the pressure goes to the defense. You got to keep this lead. Got to get it a stop or two more, and you can get the dub in this football.
They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Complete. At the 40, there he goes. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. And the Longhorns come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Got a little space. Got enough for the first down. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. The Longhorns, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off-play action on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Wingo. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the 4th. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they've moved out front here in the 4th. This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
Bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
Quarterback floating away from pressure. He's going to run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense, getting him to the ground.
It's a seam wide open. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
I love the play called running the football here in the 4th quarter, because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. This time it's complete. At the 35, he's open. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time, because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Pocket breaking down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 22. A quick pass on the left.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
The give as they work on that clock. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll give it on the jet sweep, looking for room outside. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. It's a draw. Not finding any running room. I think that loss is going to give back what they gained on the previous play, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you put the ball in your best player's hands. Like, late in the game, you've got to trust your guy. I'm interested to see what they do here on 3rd down.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. He couldn't find much running room there, didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's taking a deep shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the 4th quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy?
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Pulls it in on the left. Off and running. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Looking for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Back to pass, it's Zeno. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And the defense gave up some yards late in the game, but when it mattered most, when the offense had a chance to go in here and take the lead late in this football game, they absolutely close the door, get the INT, and get the ball back to their offense.
The week has been immersed in midnight yells, barbecue smells, a sea of crowds in the